The last thing we're going to look at in this lesson are some tools that Google Chrome provides that will help us in our development efforts. And we can explore these tools by right-clicking onto our web page and selecting Inspect. And it opens up this view in our browser, and we can actually expand some of these elements and see the different elements that we have on our web page and explore and inspect our web page's elements. So this is extremely useful for being able to see what elements are being displayed at any given point in time. And we'll explore some other tools that tack onto this later on that make this just incredibly powerful. But one thing we want to take a look at in particular right now are the differences between block level elements and inline elements. And we can do that by looking at the difference between our H2 element and our input element. And if we hover over our H2 element, we'll see that the entire row lines up, indicating that this element spans the entire width of the row. And that's because it's nested, its parent element, the block that it's in, is this div element, and that div element is nested within this body element. And so in essence, our H2 element spans the entire width of our body, and that's why it takes up this entire row. Now, we can add some styling to either our div or our H2 elements in order to prevent that from being the case, prevent it from taking up the entire width of the body. But the really important thing to note here is just that block level elements such as this H2 element will span the entire width of its parent element. And by contrast, inline level elements such as this input element will only span as wide as it needs to.